I got 2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags and leave tonight. I got 2 tickets to paradise. Welcome back everybody, Matt here. Ticket to Paradise, the new romantic comedy out right now, starring George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Caitlin Dever, Millie Lord. What did I think of it? Well, one thing, we don't get too many romantic comedies anymore. That used to be the big thing back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. I mean, there's a reason why Matthew McConaughey kept showing up in movies. Romantic comedy after romantic comedy after romantic comedy. Someone's gotta pay his bills. So, and then for some reason the romantic comedy genre, if you will, went away. I don't know why. I feel like the last great romantic comedy, in my opinion, was probably in 2010, She's Out of My League. I don't really, there hasn't been too many newer ones that I think, oh yeah, that's a great romantic comedy. Except maybe Set It Up on Netflix with Zoe Deutsch and Glenn Powell. But other than that, the romantic comedy genre has kind of gone down. And I don't know why. Why? Yeah, we got that Marry Me movie earlier this year with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson, which was also actually pretty good. But like I said, we're almost near the end of the year, and that's only two romantic comedies in 1 year. What's going on? Well, let's get into Ticket to Paradise. Starting out with, of course, George Clooney, America's Sweetheart, number 2, maybe just behind Tom Hanks. George Clooney is great in this movie. He does a great job in both the drama and the comedy. The comedy here by George Clooney is great. His scenes with Julia Roberts are excellent. He has great chemistry with Julia Roberts, which is not surprising. They were in the Ocean's 11 movies together. They were a couple. They had great chemistry then. They have great chemistry here. Also, the dramatic moments, or some drama, serious moments in the movie. George Clooney has one with Millie Lord, George Clooney's daughter's friend, in the movie. They're at a bar, and he was talking about life and how his marriage went bad and what happened with all that. And it was a very dramatic, serious moment. And once again, it reminded me of a lot of The Descendants with George Clooney and Shailene Woodley that came out in 2010, 2011. So, George Clooney did an excellent job for this movie. He nailed the comedy, and that's what you wanted, a romantic comedy. The comedy to be on the up and up. Next is Julia Roberts. This Julia Roberts used to be the queen of romantic comedies. Pretty Woman, My Best Friend's Wedding, Runaway Bride. It was Julia Roberts in the 90s in all those romantic comedies. And then in the last, I would say almost 10 years, she's been doing a lot more dramatic work. Going back, all the way back to August Osage County. Then got that one movie I liked in 2017, Wonder, when Owen Wilson was her husband. Yeah, she had a little boy that had a disfigurement in the face. And then she did that other movie in 2018, 2019, Ben is Back. Her son dealing with addiction. And also had Catherine Newton in that movie. So she's been doing more dramatic roles. So it was nice to see her come back and do a romantic comedy. And once again, she brings them. She's very funny in the movie. She has a lot of quips, a lot of, zingers to her ex-husband, George Clooney. Not to mention their chemistry is great. Like I said about George Clooney and her, well, same Julia Roberts and her, great chemistry. And, she does a great job. It's nice to see her, like I said, back in a romantic comedy after all these years. You still got it. Next is, of course, the humor, the comedy part. This movie's hilarious. There's so many great bits, especially in the first half of the movie. Dealing with getting on the plane and on the plane. Great moments. Very funny movie throughout. I laughed the entire time. And I'm not the only one. There were a lot of people in the audience that were laughing. So it wasn't just me cracking up. So, once again, the comedy, romance, of course. This isn't breaking any new ground with romantic comedies. You go see a romantic comedy, in the beginning, exactly once you meet the prime characters, the main characters, you know how the story's gonna go, and it's not rewriting anything in romantic comedies. But the romance is good because I think you got these two parents, they're going to see their daughter in Bali. She's been there for 2 months, for the summertime before going off to law school. That sounds familiar. And then, of course, in that summertime, she meets the guy, and he was already engaged. So the parents have to come down and meet at the wedding and all that, and trying to stop the wedding from happening. So there's romance between Kate Redeemer and her fiance, and then, of course, you got George Clooney and Julia Roberts going back and forth, but also having romantic moments. So, comedy, romance. Next is the supporting cast. This movie had a lot of great supporting characters, not just with the main characters, but supporting also. Billy Lord is becoming a character actor as we know it right in front of our eyes. She was in the movie Booksmart with, of course, Caitlin Dever. So they are a package deal now. They obviously are great friends off camera. And once again here, they're best friends who went to college together for 4 years, were roommates together. Now they go on a summer trip together before Caitlin Dever goes off to law school. And Billy Lord steals the scenes that she has a small role. But every time she's on screen, she's hilarious. Just like in Booksmart, where she stole that movie because of the smaller moments she had in that. Another actor that was really good is the pilot that is also in a relationship with Julia Roberts. His name is Lucas Bravo. I know this actor because I watched that show Emily in Paris on Netflix that has Lily Collins in it. He plays the French guy in there who likes Lily Collins. So, funny enough, when I was watching that show, I thought, is he actually French, or he just has the accent for the movie? Well, no, he's actually a French guy, because in this movie, he's French also. So, he really is a Frenchie, as I like to call him. He's hilarious in his moments. A little bubbly, a little fun passenger that we meet on the airplane that has some funny moments. And even the family that Caitlin Dever's new fiance has, they have some funny moments also. So like the overall, the supporting cast of this movie is good, and they elevate that humor for the movie. My only negative was Caitlin Dever, who plays the young daughter to George Clooney and Julia Roberts. I wish they gave her more to do, other than just meeting with the boyfriend and, lovey-dovey. I wish they, gave her a little bit more scenes. And then we have a scene with, Billy Lord and George Clooney at a bar, and it's a serious moment. I wish they had, a really serious moment with Caitlin Dever, the daughter, and maybe with George Clooney or with Julia Roberts, and maybe, get a little bit more of her personality or way of thinking, or, maybe a serious moment. But other than that, like I said, this movie is not rewriting the book of anything, but it is a fun romantic comedy. Something we don't get every day anymore, and something that I think we should. Once again, I love my action movies, I love my superhero movies, horror, drama, whatever. But I think the romantic comedy needs to return to the big screen. It's like that this was a lot of fun. It was a fun movie. No, it's not rewriting anything like it's the same, pretty much, for the most part, the same steps and beats to most romantic comedies. But guess what? George Clooney, Julia Roberts, great chemistry. The supporting cast, great. It also has a great pace to the movie. Only an hour and 44 minutes. It doesn't linger, it doesn't drag. Overall, I'd probably give this a 4.3 out of 5. It's a nice movie if you want to sit down, or you break up with somebody, you need a good laugh, or you want to look at George Clooney for an hour and 45 minutes, or you want to look at Julia Roberts. They both look great for their age. So, anyway, Matt the Matt here. Let me know, did you see Ticket to Paradise? Did you want to see it? Are you a fan of George? Are you a fan of Julia Roberts? And let me know, what do you think? And would you want to see this movie? And are you a fan of romantic comedies? What's your favorite? Comment below, subscribe to the channel. Matt the Matt here.